Why did Jacob wrestle with God? Now, I know a lot of people know this story, that Jacob wrestles with God all night long, and he refuses to let go. He then receives a blessing, gets a new name, and then walks away with a limp. But here's the real question. Why would God wrestle with a man? And if God is all powerful, why didn't the match end literally in a split second? The answer to this is one of the most profound lessons, I think, in the entire Bible. And I want to break it down in 10 minutes or as quickly as I possibly can to make it clear for everyone, because at the end of the day, the story, it's not really about Jacob wrestling with God. It's so much more than that. It's about God wrestling with Jacob. And before the night is over, Jacob's life will be changed forever. And a lot of us can relate to this story. So bear with me for the next 10 minutes because I'm going to get into as much detail as I possibly can. To understand the wrestling match, the first thing that we have to do is understand Jacob. Jacob's name literally means heel catcher. And I got more coming on that here in a second. But the idea carries the meaning of a schemer or deceiver, right? And that description literally fits Jacob perfectly. From the beginning, Jacob was always manipulating circumstances. He bought Esau's birthright. He deceived his father Isaac. He stole Esau's blessing. He spent years trying to obtain God's promises through his own cleverness. And to me, what's fascinating is that God had already promised Jacob the blessing before he was born. How does that work? That right there shows us that the blessing was never the problem. Jacob's inability to trust God was always the issue. It was always the problem. And for decades, Jacob keeps trying to accomplish God's purposes through all of this human effort. Does that sound familiar to all of you? By your works? How often do we do the same thing, even as Christ followers? You see, God makes a promise. Then we, for whatever reason, try to help him fulfill it, which we can't. So getting back to it, so years pass, Jacob leaves his homeland,